Hello, my name is Beverly Van Ness. I'm one of the grandmas that started the project Yard Signs Against Child Abuse. The signs say, be aware, child abuse can be anywhere. Call 911. We are making this video for schools, so I would like to address the teachers first. I would like to ask the teachers if you would ask your students that see this to do a sign-out sheet, asking them 3 questions. What is the most interesting thing you learned? What is the most important thing you learned? And do you have any questions or anything that you would like to speak up about? This gives kids who need the opportunity to speak up. We call this Straight Talk from Grandma, school version. Hi kids. I am just an ordinary grandma. Nobody special. So is Grandma Lily. The thing that makes us special is we really do care what happens to you. And we want you to know that. We want you to know how valuable you are, how important you are, how much you matter, and that you can make a difference. You know, the first thing we're going to talk about is emotional abuse. We're going to talk about child abuse. Most all kinds, not all kinds. We are not allowed to talk about sexual abuse in the schools, so we won't. We're going to start with emotional abuse. That's when someone tells you, you're no good. You're not pretty enough. You're not smart enough. You're not tall enough. None of those things are true. You are good. You do matter. You are special. Not everybody is good at everything. But everybody is good at least one thing. And you take that one thing you're good at and you run with it, whatever it is. Whether it's art, whether it's basketball, whatever it is. And if you've got something in school that's hard for you and you don't understand it, you go to your teacher and you say, I really tried. I really have tried, but I just don't get it. Is there some kind of tutoring available for this? I bet there is. I just bet there is. You know, when people tell you those things that aren't true, that make you feel bad, well, those things kind of stick right here in your heart. And they kind of leave a dark spot in your heart. And you have to get those out. No one can tell you what to put in there but you. And once you decide that I'm going to speak up, I'm going to talk to my teacher, I'm going to talk to my friend, I'm going to talk to someone about this, and I'm going to get this out. Because I'm not going to let that stay in there and make me feel bad for the whole rest of my life. I can't do that. What a waste of time. What a waste of talent. Because we know you're talented. We know you can make a difference because I'm 74. And Lily's 68. We made a difference. We never thought we could, but we did. And we are expecting great things from you. So remember, when anybody tries to put you down, you put yourself right back up and say, not so. I am special. I am good. I can do anything I set my mind to, and that is so true. Now we're going to move on to physical abuse. We started this because there was a little boy up in North Newton. His name was Vincent Hill. He was 18 months old, and he was not only beaten, he was tortured. And when I read what happened to him, I said, what can I do to help? What can I do that might make a difference. And guess what? Yard signs were the answer. Lily and I talked about this on a Thursday. On a Friday, we had sample signs. On a Saturday, we were in the newspaper. The Associated Press picked up the story, and we were all over the United States in 5 days. 5 days. USA Today, Orlando Sun-Sentinel, New York Daily News, all the television stations in Nebraska, and all the television stations in Kansas. Just because 2 grandmas decided to spend their own money, buy yard signs that say, "Be aware, child abuse can be anywhere, call 911," and give them away for free. Who would have ever thought that would be such a big deal? We didn't, that's for sure. I just want you to know, it's possible. It's possible. Now we're going to go on to physical abuse. Vincent was a case of physical abuse. Kansas law says that your parents or legal guardians are allowed to spank you until you're 18. The key word there is parents and legal guardians and spank. It doesn't say they can take a belt and beat you across the back with it. It doesn't say mom's boyfriend can take a belt and beat you back with it. It doesn't say somebody can punch you in the face or throw furniture at you. It does not say that. What it says is if they leave a mark or a bruise or draw blood or leave scars, that is abuse. That's what the law says. So now you have something to judge by. What is abuse? I want to talk about safe places. In Kansas and in Wichita, we have a Quick Trip. It's an organization of convenience stores, and they are designated as a safe place. And I've checked, their personnel is trained. If you walk in the door to a Quick Trip and say, "I need help," they will immediately help you. Our fire stations. How many kids know where the fire station is close to your house? Fire station will get you good help. The police, of course, if there's a police station near you. The reason our signs say call 911 was back to Vincent Hill. The neighbor said she heard his crying and she called what at that time was our SRS. At that time, they responded in 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, or no response at all. In Vince's case, they chose no response at all, and he died a month later. That's why our signs say call 911. They come and help you immediately. Hotlines take and give information, and they do not send help immediately. 911 does. Our police department came out in the newspaper and said, if you just suspect child abuse, you call 911 and let us sort it out. And that's what I recommend you do. Now, you have people in your schools that are trained to help you. You have teachers, you have principals, you have social workers, you have people that are trained to help you. And if you just speak up, if you are being victimized in any way, you speak up and get some help. You know, we tell kids that if one of your friends comes to you and says that someone is touching them where they shouldn't be touched, that's a cry for help. That means speak up. Get that kid some help. If you go to any kind of a camp, I don't care if it's an athletic camp, a church camp, any type of camp, you use the buddy system. You don't go by yourself. And the buddy needs to be somebody that's about your age, because sometimes older kids take advantage of younger kids. So you can be a lot safer using the buddy system. Soon we're going to talk about stranger danger. And I want to give you some alarm. I call them alarms, things that make you know right here something is wrong. And if you ever know right here something is wrong, you listen to it. Don't you worry about anybody else thinks. You listen to it and you act accordingly. That means if you have to go the other direction, if you have to go immediately to the teacher, if you have to go immediately to the mom and say, Mom, that guy makes me feel creepy. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You have been given that to help protect you, and you should use it. Say someone comes up to you in the mall and you're there and they say, you could be a great model. You are beautiful. You could be a model. Well, you probably are beautiful and you could be a model, but that's not the way it works. You get your parents involved or your legal guardians and you go check out the modeling schools in your town. You don't listen to a stranger in the mall. Say you're at a camp, an athletic camp, and the person in charge comes up to you and says, you could be a great athlete. Maybe you could be a great athlete. Every kid wants to be. But that's not the way that works either. You have to keep your parents involved. Don't go off alone with anyone. I don't care if they're in charge of the camp. I don't care if they say, come to my house. And not unless your parents go. That's why you have a buddy at the camp. There was a girl who was 19 years old. And she was trafficked because someone said, you do great makeup. She was ready to go off to college. You do great makeup. Why don't you come with us and we'll travel all over the country and you can teach people how to do makeup. Well, by the time the warning bells went off for her, it was too late. And she was trafficked for 5 years. That truly did happen. There are other tricks that people use, stranger danger. They say, little girl, can you help me find my puppy? They say in middle school, you're going to be late for school. Get in the car, I'll give you a ride. They say, your parents have been in an accident. They sent me to get you. No, 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 no. You and your family need to come up on a password that only you and your family know. And if your family sends someone to get you, they have to know that password. And if they don't know it, you don't get close to them. You go the other way as fast as you can go. College age and high school age. High school age, it's a flat tire. You're driving, you have a flat tire. You go out to school and there's a flat tire. And some stranger offers to fix it for you. No, absolutely not. Your parents, you call your parents and you let them know. Because sometimes the flat tire you have was caused by the person who's offering to help you with it. You don't want that. You don't want to be alone in a car with someone like that. In college, now we think, oh, my big brother's gone off to college and he's safe and everything's great because he's in college and no one's going to stranger danger him. Wrong. They did a test. They took a van and they parked it on a college campus. And then they asked the kids that went by, would you like to be on a reality TV show? Well, of course they would. The boy was smart. He said, no, I do not get into strange vans. The girl was not as smart, and she got into the van. And then the man said, give me your phone, and I'll program my number into it. She not only got in the van, she handed over her phone. So she had no way to communicate and get help if she needed it. Those are all things that you need to know because they'll make your mind work and they'll make you think when something comes up. All of us have things that make us targets. I have white hair. Pretty obvious. And that makes me a target. But I can do something else that makes me a bigger target. Say I'm walking down the street and I'm swinging my purse. Target. How many old ladies have you seen do that? Your grandma do it? Well, you can teach your grandma. Teach her to wear a smaller purse and wear it like this. And that makes her less of a target. Now, teenagers do things that make them a target. And I'm going to show you what it is. And if it makes you laugh, that's fine. We've got our hoodies. It's cold outside. I have yet to meet a teenager that didn't want a hoodie. I don't care how cold it is. They don't want a coat. They want a hoodie. Now, this is really going to make you laugh. This is a TV remote, but we're going to pretend like it's one of those fancy phones like all you teenagers have. Say you're going down the street. You got your earphones in, and you've got your phone in front of you, and you're bebopping down on the way home from school, and you're going with that. Well, you don't think anything of it. That's normal. That's normal for teenagers. But what if? What if there's a predator? What if there's a predator looking for a kid? Do you see them? No. When you have on a hoodie like this, you cannot see out of the sides of your eyes, otherwise known as peripheral vision. You cannot see because it's blockaded with this. You need, if you're going to wear that hoodie, you need to wear it back so you can see. And you don't need to be doing this while you're walking down the street for the simple reason you have to be aware of what's going on around you, because if you're not, you're in danger. You not only have an obligation to look out for yourself, you have an obligation to look out for the little kids.